Hi, good morning everyone. I am Roan Maybe Likay. I will be discussing about vacation planning, a post-COVID business, small business for all, a SWOT analysis. And this vacation planning company will be adapted here in Aurora Province. So to start with, just an intro for everyone. Vacation planning in general, this is something that we all look forward to. Who doesn't really like vacation, right? Just the idea of being in paradise without thinking about work, stress, responsibilities. It really turns sad faces into excited, dreamy, and overall happy vibe. Let us also know what or why people travel. Now, there could be a lot of reasons for this. It can be travel for health, for education, for shopping or bargain hunting, um, perhaps relaxation, or anything that you could probably think of. But we have the most common reason that motivates people to travel is the need for escape or change. So they want to escape the routine that they have, the daily struggle and stress that they have at work or at home. We crave for the change in the roads that we take, the view that we see by the window, even the food that we eat. There could be a lot of reasons, but this one is the most common one. So to start with our SWOT analysis, so the situation here is establishing an inbound vacation planning company in Aurora Province, and it is owned and managed by a local resident. Okay, so first of all is the strength. Number one, and probably the most obvious strength that a local is the familiarity of your own area. The ease of access. You get to offer the best of the best because you know particularly which hotel suits your client, which restaurant can provide them the vibe and the craving that they are looking for, the activities that can match their interests, or even the souvenir shops that can give them what they want. Moreover, you can tell them which month is it best to visit your place and what festivities can be witnessed during those months. An example to this, I used to be an inbound group and incentive travel specialist, and our international agents rely on us when it comes to which place to offer. If majority of the group are men, say for example women, or this group that we are handling are all religious and couples, let's say, uh, they trust us when it comes to the timing, even if they can search how long will it take from point A to point B because it's available in Google or other apps. However, they do not really know what it's like to travel perhaps on a Friday night in Makati when it's raining and the traffic. What's the worst that could happen? That only a local can really give you that kind of information. Okay, so the point here is the importance of a local knowing everything is already a big edge, okay, for a company. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is the flexibility and excellent supplier relationship. Flexibility is a result of excellent supplier relationship. This is very common in travel and tours. You can really give flexible payments to companies or to people who book their incentive travels to you as your suppliers give you flexible terms also. Now, as a local, you have better chances of haggling with prices, extending payment dues, because normally in the province, you can identify who owns this business, and they can sometimes be your friends, your relatives. Other than these, the flexibility of revising a package would be less hassle. First of all, the suppliers are within the area. All right, you can probably ride or walk just a few blocks away, and your supplier is there. You can change it. Another thing is when there has been an update or perhaps a newly mandated regulation of the provincial tourism office, you get the information firsthand. You'll know it right away. An example would be perhaps a temporary closure for the whole week of Mother Falls here. Uh, Due to high water level which resulted from the heavy rains in the past week. So as a local agent, I get to inform my clients right away that we will have to change their activity into something else. Okay? And let's move on to the third and fourth. You can easily create or offer new packages that are not yet offered by outside vacation planners. This is obvious because you live in the area. You can just walk a few blocks and you can see something that has a potential to be offered. And Lastly is, aside from the need for escape or change, another common reason that motivates people to travel is relaxation. And Aurora is really something that is perfect, I would say, for that. I have here a statement from Lawton and Weaver in 2009. So, consumers are booking components of their itinerary online. However, the travel agent or the wholesaler is seen as a risk mitigator, particularly in long haul markets. So, this statement is very much true in the industry. My previous boss used to say that, not only say, he believes, okay, he believes that incentive travels are becoming the lifeblood of agencies nowadays, because the existence of booking platforms like the Klook, Trivago, even airline portals, less people are seeking the help of vacation planners, travel agencies, tour operators, because they can easily book for themselves. However, when it comes to companies, they really cannot book 25 people via the app or the platform. They still have to go through the process of email and phone calls, endless phone calls, and that is a hassle for them, and that is why there is a need for agencies and operators. Speaking of local markets, it is definitely safer to have someone arrange it for you, because you have someone to help you in the worst scenario. You're not alone, right? So that is another strength. Okay, let's move on to the weaknesses. Okay. Okay, being small in terms of the number of employees. Okay, now we really have to admit this one. Local tour operators can, especially in small provinces like ours here in Aurora, are basically made up of one, two, or three people. We can already consider having four employees as a big office. There are a lot of opportunities that can, that could open for this business in the travel sector. However, if you only have one or two or three people to deal with that, it will be a struggle. Another example I would say is when I used to work as a travel agent, we're only four, and we really cannot handle 60 people for 7 days. Okay, those are 60, 90, sometimes 180. We cannot really handle them all. So we need a lot of on calls, logistics stuff. So it becomes a weakness for vacation planning companies. Next one, we have the inexperienced lineup of employees. Now, being located in a province, the strongest weakness would be being limited to having better employees, because most of the time, qualified graduates in the province leave to get opportunities outside, because that's how we view things. We believe that everything is outside the province, everything is in the city, better opportunities, high paying jobs, the success. Okay, so there are very few left, and not to mention that there could be uh, other jobs waiting in the industry, such as dining attendant, a front office clerk, housekeeper. There are a lot, and most often than not, those who start a business, small business like this, they employ their relatives who are new to the industry and has very little knowledge about it. Moving on to this statement, so the lack of training and labor shortages are having an impact on service levels in the tourism sector, particularly in regional and remote area, just like I've mentioned in the previous slide. Okay, moving on with our opportunities. Okay. Okay, here we go. Domestic travel will be encouraged by the Department of Tourism. So this is definitely on top of the list. Post-pandemic period, the new campaign um, supports domestic travel. We need to go and see our very own local attractions. Aurora is probably one of the rising stars when it comes to local travels. And this is a big opportunity because pre-pandemic period, we are already booming. So how can we really not make it post-pandemic, right? So the vacation planner should take this mindset. We just need to reignite the fire that's already been there, perhaps new packages, new deals, or promos. Okay, next one, we have the increasing population of the traveling young professionals. In relation to the concept of the need for escape of escape or change, the young professionals are now into traveling. Yes, into traveling, and they are into relaxation, soul searching, unwind with the nature, and Aurora can be the go-to destination for them since we are more into that side, into nature and relaxation. So hotels here are built to be barcada friendly with minimalist and Instagrammable designs, which is really perfect for the generation of the young professionals. Okay, so next one. There you go. Aurora is becoming famous. So many businesses are trying to get in more hotel option, more restaurant option. TV programs can get you featured, uh, bloggers, influencers, as well as travel documentaries. Applicable to most, if not all, destinations and local agencies is the rise of internet as a platform of anything and everything. I can still remember how Aurora became a hit within a blink of an eye when Miss Chris Aquino promoted us in her TV show. And all of a sudden, constructions are everywhere: hotels, resorts, restaurants, surfing schools, hangouts, and chill out spots, providing jobs and business opportunities to the whole of Aurora. Now, we have here a statement to support that. Uh, this is from a research. Social media is used during the stages of the holiday planning process. So it means before, during, and after holidays. Vacation planners should always take this opportunity to get visible. Now that a lot are looking forward to having a good vacation after the pandemic, it's really perfect time to post. People are using social media a lot, which allows others to be interested to that place as well. Just imagine when a person gave you a feedback. It's a powerful opportunity letting um, people, imagine the reach, when someone tagged you or pin you, it can get everywhere. Sustainability and being green has become increasingly relevant to tourism, businesses, and events. Now, this statement, I got it from a travel guide in a travel guide for travel agencies in New Zealand. And the green campaign is becoming a trend now, really. Even here in the Philippines, we have Bohol Beach Club, located in, of course, Alona Beach, Panglao, has started offering green rooms. The concept of this is basically promoting eco-friendly rooms, and the configuration will be more on less appliances, or even if they have, it has less or no negative impact to the environment. So Aurora is a destination that aims for sustainability and ecotourism. This is a great campaign that the province for sure will be working on in the next few years, which will also open a lot of opportunities from both for both individual groups or even incentive travels. Threats? Okay, have the possibility of another outbreak that will make people hesitant of traveling. I mean, let's be honest. Even after the pandemic, people will still have doubts and hesitations to travel because we're not sure. Who knows what's going to come up next? And the transition here is a very big threat to vacation planners. We'll never know how long will it actually take for people to recover and adjust into the new normal way of travel. Questions like, will there be social distancing? Are the capacities will still be reduced? Should this certain attraction be renovated and to follow the new normal? And the biggest question here is, will traveling still be the same and as enjoyable as before? It's a threat, right? It's a very big question mark for us. The rise of DIY travels or independent travelers who wish to explore on their own. Okay, this is the biggest, really, this is the biggest threat of all time when you look into the perspective of a travel agent. I mean, I myself have witnessed the lean season to be literally zero, as in zero individual travelers. It is something that you do not have power to solve immediately because these are apps, portals, um, almost anything that you can think of. You cannot simply put up a 20% sale or discount just because Trivago did it. Okay, both have different room allocations and contracted rates to play around. So this is the biggest. threat of all. So here we have the cybermediaries. Okay, um, are suitable substitute for traditional agencies as vehicle for assembling and booking all types of experience. This is what I'm talking about. Cybermediaries refer to online booking platforms like Trivago, Klook, Airbnb, Traveloka, and others, somehow replacing the job of vacation planners. People will say that, why do I have to go to this agency if I can if I can just simply download the app and book for myself, right? To end the discussion, given all those strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, we also have to consider or to acknowledge the different preferences of traveler, the evolving trends that we have, and we always have to make sure. We always have to make the experience worth remembering. They are becoming more exposed to travel. There are a lot of vloggers who feature their travels, and people have become more wiser. They really look for something that is worth the value of their money. Okay, so that is all, and this is the end of my presentation. Here are some of my references and image sources. If you probably got interested into a topic, you can have it. You can search them here. So thank you once again. Goodbye.